Welcome everybody to Aokigahara Forest. I am Oni-chan. I will be your tour guide for this duration of your tour.
It's a weird name.
Why is our tour guide a 15-year-old girl?
It's Japan.
Look at over here and you can see a century-old trees. Centuries old because it's been at the base of Mount Fuji for many years. This is a very widely spread forest. Very easy to get lost in, especially for the dead bodies that are hanging in the trees above us.
Okay, that one looks kind of fresh.
It's only 15 minutes old.
Honey, I'm scared. Hold my hand, Moreland.
Oh, so cute.
They're not. Wait.
Where'd she go?
Where'd the tour guide? Oh.
Everybody, welcome to the Free Rotation podcast. This is your Pompadour princess, Bobby.
Oh, God.
Why is anyone that uses the green mic a princess?
Okay.
Why is it?
Oh,
Okay.
he inherited it from the original princess.
Okay, I got a better intro.
That's just how it goes.
Hey, everybody, this is Bobby with the Free Rotation podcast, the best dressed Magic player south of the Atlanta perimeter.
That's pretty good, too.
Yeah, that's pretty
With
good.
me is my buddy Moreland.
How did I get dragged into this one? I'm not sure.
You're like 60 episodes in at this point.
Yeah.
Just be here.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Boss man extraordinaire, Angie.
Boom.
And little Japanese girl, Becky.
Oh, okay.
Wait, hold on.
So cute.
What shouldn't it be boss woman so it's less sexist?
No.
I want to be a boss man.
Yeah.
Moreland.
No.
Are you assuming my gender?
Yeah. It's
Yes.
Also, it's 2018.
I'm sorry, I have to assume your gender. You have
Gender-
giant tits.
Gender is
Right.
fluid now, you jackwagon.
You're not wrong.
I'm a lot of things.
Always right.
Like I couldn't read Satch White Life because it was all angled in weird ways.
Did you just have an aneurysm? Because
Yes.
that's what it sounded
I
like.
did. I
It reads
am.
Squatch Life.
Look.
No, it's
waking.
true. He was like, boop.
Waking up at 7 a.m. just to go to work is hell.
Yeah, we know.
Do you drink coffee?
No.
Be a goddamn adult and drink some coffee or do some
Coffee
coke.
does nothing for me.
Do
some
some
cocaine
LSD.
Cocaine, LSD. Okay, sure.
And by the way, we do not promote the use of illegal substances.
Oh, I do. Y'all
no,
know.
he doesn't.
Sure.
Anything that he says does not reflect back to the Free Rotation podcast. Or running joke media. Thank you very much.
True.
Or Becky's bar license.
Yes, thank you.
Or Becky's bar license, yes.
Okay. So today we're talking about spoopy haunted locations.
Ooh. I was late to the party.
It's fine.
Tell us a story, Bobby. Tell us about some haunted
I
locations.
have no stories. I just have facts.
Okay, tell us some
Boom.
facts.
Okay, so I picked a couple locations from the States and a couple international ones. International ones are actually a lot more interesting, in my opinion.
I mean, I would. A lot of times, I think it's because they have better history, like longer history. You know what I mean? A lot of the things
Yeah.
here is only like 300 years old.
Truth. Anyway, my first location I picked is actually kind of in our backyards. It's the Sorrel Weed House in Savannah, Georgia.
Ooh, Angie, we've been there.
Spoopy.
I might have been there in 8th grade when I went there on the ghost tour. I don't remember.
You're allowed to go to a house that's...
Don't play with me, buddy.
Oh, I'm just saying, you're allowed to go to a
Then-
weed house. It's not legal here yet.
It's because it's a back in the daisy name. It's old.
Yeah.
Because, so fun fact, one of the bloodiest hours of the American Revolution happened there, the Siege of Savannah.
Ooh.
Yeah, fucked up shit happened, man. Skull fucking and bayonets going through buttholes.
No, they really did skull fuck him.
Yeah.
They really
Whole
did.
thing.
It's right under that house. The house is built over the graveyard.
Yeah.
So when you go into the basement, that's like the big thing they talk about are the Revolutionary soldiers who were massacred there, who still patrol.
Yeah, and their
wow.
body. Yeah, and like the thing with Savannah is that it's called the city built upon the dead because there were so many battles there that what ended up happening is they just didn't have a place to put them, so they would just throw them in a pit and just cover it up.
Yep.
So a lot of Savannah is built over just dead bodies.
Yep.
So Bobby, can I give a little bit more history about that?
About that?
Yeah, about that particular instance.
Because
Sure.
she knows more things.
Go for it.
Bobby.
It's just we went on the ghost tour there, and
Yeah,
they
go for it.
So
Do
they
what you need to do.
So they were saying that back in the Revolutionary War, the British occupied Savannah, and then the people were coming in, trying to relieve it. So what happened was the colonists crept in. They wanted to destroy the store of arms and stuff. Well, it didn't go so well. and they got stuck there. But they did manage to annihilate one bunker of British soldiers. It was the Canadians we hired.
Good for the Canadians. Actually, I thought you said they killed the Canadians. That's really sad because they're super nice.
No, the Canadians are the ones who marched and burned Washington D.C.
Aren't they supposed to be nice, eh?
This is back in the day. This is before they got.
This is before they were true Canadians.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so the British had the Canadians on their side. We had the French. But so that's what happened here. This was where the one British bunker sat that all the British soldiers were killed by the French.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, besides all that stuff, there's spooky stuff at the house, like odd thuds, bangs, maybe there's a poltergeist. I don't know. I'm not a genius. And there's disembodied...
That's clear.
Fuck you. And there's
I know you would.
Sure. And there's disembodied voices and shadowy forms, and many visitors report falling ill, so you'd be fucked if you went in there. You got stuck on a bridge.
Yeah.
You would just snap catch HIV. Just snap catch it.
I didn't expect it.
Yeah. Well, just for a little bit of history on the house too. This is how kind of fuckery this house is. Is the man who owned the house? Was it Sorrel or was it Weed? I can't remember.
It was Sorrel who owned it first.
Okay,
Weed bought it.
Yeah. So he ended up he got married to his first wife. Then subsequently, when his first wife died, he married his second wife, who was his first wife's sister.
Good for him.
And she was very young.
Keep it in the family.
They ended up having several kids, but what ended up... Several kids. I can't remember. It was like 10 or 11.
Holy shit.
It was a lot of kids.
That's a lot of children.
Yeah. What ended up happening is that he started having an affair with his slave. It's a weird situation where the slave ended up hanging herself, but nobody can explain how.
Yeah, there was a party. They were putting on a big party. They would have all the people in Savannah come over. It was a big black tie affair.
Yeah.
And the lady of the house went looking for him because he was nowhere to be found and guests were arriving. Mm-hmm. And she had a bridge that connected to the slave quarters over on top of a barn. Mm-hmm. You know, slaves, that was nice for them.
Yeah.
So she walked across the bridge and found him with her. She ended up falling to her death in front of all of the guests. It was an accident or suicide, they didn't really say, but they probably covered it over. Well, later that night, he goes back upstairs, and I can't remember the slave's name.
I can't either.
Molly? But they go back up to the house where she is, and she's hanging from the rafters. Now, the thing to remember here is a slave that goes with white people, the other slaves would take care of them.
Yeah.
Have, justice. There was also all the guests there. There was also, could the ghost have done it? And a revenge, did he do it to keep
right,
her?
because when we went to Savannah and we went and actually saw where she was hung, quote unquote. The rafters themselves were not something you could get up there very easily yourself to hang yourself. It looks like something where somebody had to situate you really well to hang you.
Gotcha.
So the sad part of the story was that the second wife who ended up dying, and the slave were actually very good friends. She tended to the wife more than anything. So it was like an act of betrayal for her. The fact that, this was happening in her home.
Gotcha.
So that's partially why they believe the house is so haunted, is that the lady of the house is still there. And if you go to the slave quarters portion of the house, they say that the ghost of the slave is still also lingering there.
And people have walked into the room where she killed herself, and we walked into it. It's a very, very small room. And there's a bed in one corner, and then there's a broken rafter where they think her rope was, and it came down. And there's a mirror. The original mirror is in there. And I took a picture, and I don't know if it's a reflection in the mirror or what, but it really looks like there's a face hanging behind me. And people say they catch images of her all the time. Mm-hmm. Some people get so sick when they walk in that room. It's crazy.
Apparently, I'm not going to be able to go there.
Yeah, you can. Don't be a baby.
I think it would.
Come on, be bro.
A lot of people say you really sense it most when you're standing outside of the slave quarters where the first suicide / murder / accident happened and where the hanging was. It's that sense that you get in the home that there's a lot of sadness, and that's where that feeling of being sick is coming from.
Gotcha.
Another interesting piece of history about this house is the owner, his dad lived in Jamaica or one of the Dominican Republic, and he had married a black lady there. Mm-hmm. And it's not acceptable at the time, but it was and it wasn't, and he was mixed. She was his mom, and so when the slave uprising happened and they were killing all the white men and mixed babies, his mother actually hid him with some slave relatives. Well, not slaves at that point. They had freed themselves. And ended up, 4 years he lived in hiding there, and then he came over here. So that was an interesting bit of information about him.
Huh. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
So he brought a lot of voodoo beliefs. He was a very different kind of person.
They make really good donuts, voodoo donuts.
Molly, you were right. It was Molly. Yeah.
Hashtag blessed.
Oh, memory.
But yeah, this place has been featured like on BuzzFeed Unsolved, which is like the best paranormal show. Fuck Ghost Hunters, fuck Ghost Adventures. They do fake bullshit. They've been caught doing fake bullshit on live TV. It's really depressing.
Yeah, Ghost Hunters was for sure.
Okay. I don't watch any of that. So.
No, well, it sucks for you. You should watch that. It's entertaining.
I'm good.
Oh yeah, you get scared easily. Like you be seeing little girls in the back of your car and shit.
He saw himself.
I'm gonna see Bobby in the back of my car later.
Oh baby!
Hey.
And not in a sexual way, because he's gonna be a ghost too, and he's gonna be haunting me.
Yeah.
Mainly because there is a pair of scissors next to me.
Ooh, baby, right in my neck. Make it quick.
Well, we've talked about it before, the fact that, in general, like, Savannah, it's funny because you picked Sorrel Weed House, because I think you could have probably picked anywhere in Savannah, and it'd been, like, a ghost, like, just an entire phenomenon just is
like
Savannah.
The Blue Mountain Brewery.
Right, or Moon River Brewery.
Moon River.
That was also on
I said
BuzzFeed
Blue
Paranormal.
Mountain.
Yeah, it was also on Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, that live
Blue
stream.
Mountain Brewery.
Blue Mountain Brewery by the beach.
Yes.
You can even look at the Mercer House, which is where Johnny Mercer, the Moon River song, came from, and that was the one where it was featured in Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
Yeah, the little angel thing.
Yeah. And then Pirate House is also a really good one to go
Oh, that
check
food's
out.
delicious.
That food is
that
real
food
good.
is phenomenal.
Real good.
Yeah.
When we go, Moreland, save about $100. That's what it's going to cost you.
But the food is
But
really
it
good.
is really good.
Betty Van Gogh goes too.
Have you ever been to Savannah, Moreland?
I've been, but not.
Like on a trip?
Not like
Right.
a touristy type thing.
Yeah. So
Okay.
where's your next
Bobby,
location,
what's
Bobby?
It's the Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
This is also a somewhat. This is actually a pretty famous one.
Hit us with them facts.
This place is fucked while in operation. Inmates were literally tortured. Like they were like bolted in a chair, and the chair actually caused like the blood to stop flowing to certain parts of the body, so they amputate limbs and stuff. And actually, the most famous inmate there was Al Capone. He spent 8 months there.
He had a super nice
Yeah,
cell,
he
too.
got super special treatment. It was super fucked. Like all the other inmates got like these shitty cells, and Al Capone got like a fucking fur-lined cell and everything with like a fucking desk and books.
Yeah.
and all that shit.
So he had the master bedroom.
He
Essentially,
really did. Like, he had the mass. If you look at the pictures from Eastern State Penitentiary, like, you see these, like, little shitholes of cells, and then suddenly you get to Al Capone, and it's, like, 2.5 Yelp review of a hotel room in downtown Atlanta.
Jeez.
That's good for prison.
Good for one down in downtown Atlanta.
If your morality allows you to torture people, then you're going to take bribes from a crime boss.
Hell
yeah.
Like,
that entire place just has such a creepy history. It's not just the fact it was a prison, but the fact that the way people were treated there, they were treated like animals.
Oh, yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, it was shut down in the 70s.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is the Tales of Goose and spooky stuff goes back as far as the 40s.
Really?
Yeah, it's been doing that shit for a while.
Probably because of how many, if I'm not mistaken, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, they had a lot of inmates that went missing, quote unquote, but they were just, when they were killed, they were just disposed of. That was it.
Buried in the backyard.
Exactly.
Like my mom.
he escaped. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gone. We don't know what happened to him.
Yep. Teleported.
All the paranormal stuff's like rattling chains, moans, all the classic spooky stuffs. You see hooded full-body apparitions because back when the prison was in operations, the prisoners had to wear hoods when they left their cells. They couldn't see each other.
Really?
Yep. It was super fucked up. The Quakers or somebody ran it. Some fucked up religion.
That would explain, in why on,
Most religions are
MTV
fucked
Sphere, they wore, because they did it at Eastern State Penitentiary. They had to go sit in a room with a hood on their head.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And that's why on Ghost Hunters, that full-blood apparition they catch in season 1 here is like a guy in a hood. That's always wondered. It's like it looked like a cultist. I'm like, why the fuck is this apparition in a prison? That makes sense.
Eastern State Penitentiary, the one with the hole, basically it's like just where there's no light, there's nothing. You just go stick your the worst of the worst into
and
that.
It's like a 4x4 with no bed.
Yeah.
Right. Was that Eastern
No,
State
no.
Penitentiary?
I think so.
That was
or
a lot of them.
Or the other one.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of places like that just have the hole.
Yeah. Well, especially the way, and I mean, we can't even say it to this day that prisoners are treated. They're treated a little bit better, but not to the extent that a lot of people would like to see. But this was like it was like living in the Wild West, like just living in a zoo. It was just, it's so sad. Even if you are, I mean, to be fair, these are really bad people, but gets to a point where it's like you shouldn't be torturing. You're not any better than these people by doing these things.
Yep.
And I'd probably haunt the fuck out of it too if I was there. I mean, it just is an awful place.
Also, one of the ghost's names is called Slick Willie Sutton. That's the tits. That name's awesome. Slick Willie. That's super cool for a ghost.
Yeah.
That's super cool. He's like slippery.
What was he in there for?
I don't know. I didn't say.
He was an American bank robber.
Okay.
Oh, fancy like that one.
That took
Johnny,
freaking 3 seconds.
like that one Johnny
See?
Depp movie.
That took 3 seconds.
He had a 40-year career where he stole an estimated $2 million.
Nice. That's
And
been back in the
eventually
day, too.
spent more than
Wow.
half of his adult life in prison and escaped 3 times. That's why he was called Slick Willie. It's because he would escape. Now,
See?
Ooh, he
Took her-
Shawshank Redemption.
Took her 3
I
seconds.
can't do all the work.
3 seconds.
I can't do all the work.
I mean, to be fair, how many times have I come out back on the back asses of you and Scoob as well and been like, let me just double check this. This is what this says.
Why are we standing here pointing fingers?
Yeah,
not
Moreland, you
sitting.
son of a bitch.
Let's just let
I'm not pointing fingers.
You're pointing your
I'm-
cock at me, though. I'm making me uncomfortable.
I'm just shitting on Bobby because it's fun.
Okay, so here's an interesting fact. I just wanted to add this.
Sure.
They created what was called Sutton's Law, and it's the story that he was asked by a reporter why he robbed banks, and according to him, he said because that's where the money is. So they created this law, which is often invoked to medical students as a metaphor for emphasizing the most likely diagnosis rather than wasting time and money investigating it is just the obvious. Like,
Makes sense.
literally, like, he just, that's where you go get money. Why not rob it?
So instead of Occam's razor, it's Sutton's Law.
Yeah. But
I
he
like
spent about half of his life in prison and at Eastern State, and he escaped 3 times.
Well, wasn't that great. He got caught twice at least.
True.
Yeah. Anyway.
Or
Moreland's-
3 times.
Yeah, well, he could have died the third time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't. Let's make a movie about him.
Just gonna say he got caught at least 3 times.
Twice.
He got caught the one time to go in there, and then he escaped 3 times. So they caught him 2 other times
Well, no, I wasn't
to
counting
take him back.
I wasn't counting the first time. I was
At
counting-
least 2 other times.
I was
So-
counting out of the. Fuck you. I'm done.
Oh, Bobby. You know
All right,
what?
now after that brief intermission, that Bobby's
To be
back.
fair, Bobby, this is what we do to Moreland, so he's taking it out on you for us having done it to him so many times.
Next time I'm gonna bring cocaine.
Cocaine.
We do not condone the use of drugs by this podcast.
Okay, fine. I
No.
won't do it in front of you then. I'll do it in the goddamn car. You guys aren't gonna piss test me.
You don't know me.
Speaking of which, no.
Okay.
Oh, we haven't done his. We
We haven't done his background
We
check
had-
yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Or his
fucked.
drug
I got
test.
so much CP
Yeah.
back there.
Next, Bobby, tell us some more.
What's next, baby?
Bobby Mackey's Music World.
Oh.
I thought you were about to talk about you. Bobby,
No,
I'm haunted.
my
His
hair
pompadour is.
Yeah, but it's,
Wasn't it facing the other way?
yeah, it moves by itself. It's haunted,
Oh,
jackass.
wow.
I swore it was facing the other way.
Bobby
That was the
Mackey's,
hair.
to go back on topic, is one of the scariest places I've ever heard of.
Yep. On the property, it's bananas. It was a slaughterhouse. There have been multiple murders. There was a failed abortion. And,
Really?
Yeah, there was a failed abortion, which included a beheading to cover up the crime. The murder also might have been in a satanic cult. And there was a bunch of mob violence because it's Cincinnati mob that's hanging out around there. Even though it's Kentucky, I didn't understand why. But I guess it's not too far of a drive. And some people believe that the basement actually is a portal to either hell or just a portal to whatever lies beyond this world. If there is one. I don't know. I don't know anything. I just pretend to.
Well, the Bobby Mackey's episode of Ghost Adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ghost
Yeah, it was
Adventures
Ghost Adventures.
was horrifying.
Also, the BuzzFeed Paranormal ones, too. I need to
Oh,
get
yeah.
paid for that. Because I keep...
BuzzFeed Paranormal's good.
They're
I told
hilarious.
Becky, I'm like, you're missing out.
You haven't watched it? That shit's hilarious.
No,
Don't-
I now that I keep meaning to because I keep hearing you guys talk about it, but I haven't yet.
It's super funny.
So apparently that the person that's haunting it is named Pearl Bryant, and her corpse was found 2.5 miles away from Fort
Yeah.
Thomas, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And the legend claims that her murderers were Satanists who cursed the location and vowed to haunt everyone who ever prosecuted the case.
Well, so the thing is, it was her boyfriend at the time, got her pregnant, wanted to abort it. Back in the day, abortions were hard to get legally. So him and a friend, who was like a medical student, offered to do it for freezies. So they did it. They fucked up. She died because, you know.
And it was illegal to have an abortion.
Illegal. So, like, okay, we're going to frame this up. Let's cut off her head.
Mm-hmm. Wow, okay, yeah.
Do you know how they caught him, though?
How?
The dumb bastards left her shoes on.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because shoes are back then were handmade, like, for specific clients.
Oh,
interesting.
Wow.
Yep.
So cut off her head and hands and left her shoes on.
Yeah, and the boyfriend, don't know his name on top of my head.
His name was Robert.
He's an asshole.
Randall.
Yeah, sure. And he was like, when he was getting hung, because, you know, him and his friend got caught, he's like, I'm going to haunt this because you are doing the justice thing to me, and I'm an asshole still.
Actually, no, they never named her boyfriend. The Robert Randall was a singer who was hanged, allegedly committed suicide with poison after. Yeah.
There's some boyfriend. His name was Frank or something.
Now, Bobby Mackey's also has the Cherokee singer.
Joanna?
Joanna?
Yep,
Joanna,
Joanna.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she was the one that committed suicide with poison. And
Because she couldn't get with this Latin dude.
Yeah, Robert Randall was a singer at the club because they had hung him in the dressing room of the place. That really, I mean, at that point, you just got to decide, you know what? Maybe we'll just shut this place down. We don't need to stay around.
Yeah, that
Nope,
just seems
gotta
like...
make money. Money. And they're like multiple spirits. There's like a headless ghost, which is what we're just talking about. Joanna haunts it. There's poltergeist activity, and even a demonic entity, supposedly.
Well, on Ghost Adventures, they pretty much catch that thing. And I think it was legit based on how they reacted. And one of the Ghost Adventure crews actually quit for a while after that because it followed them.
Wow, that sucks.
Oh, and Aaron's wife left him.
Right. Oh, yeah, that is from that episode. Did you, that was the one that you said that you have nightmares, literal nightmares about.
Yeah. I mean, I watch it every time it comes on.
Wait, did like his wife leave him like during the episode?
No, she left him afterwards because he brought that demonic entity home with him, and they couldn't get it out of the house, so she left him.
What the fuck? You knew the risk of marrying a guy that pokes around at ghosts.
So
you should know this
she
shit.
left him, and I don't think she ever came back.
No, I don't think so. I think that from my understanding that a lot of people who leave there, because I think there's been a lot of stories about the fact that people have left and they've had lingering spirits following them, that it's one of the most affected, like people are most affected when they go to Bobby Mackey's.
Let's go get a drink there.
Let's do it.
I think
I swear to God,
No.
you say no.
No.
remember we were talking, Moreland, about doing a spoopy road trip.
We're not going to Bobby Mackey's.
You want to go to Winchester Mystery House,
I
but
do.
you're okay with not. You don't want to go to Bobby Mackey's.
No. You said there's a demonic entity there. I'm not.
They
I'm
also
good.
believe that there's demonic entities in Winchester Mystery House.
Never mind then. I don't want to go there either.
What does it matter, bro? Just bring a cross. God damn.
Cross and holy water.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently, that's gonna help me.
It works
You
in The
only
Exorcist.
give power to if you believe in it.
Exactly. I'd just be like me and be dismissive of everything. I'm like, cool. Do something fun. Throw me in the air. It'll be fun. Come on. Throw me in the lake.
Are you Cirque du Soleil'ing it right now?
No, I was like, next time I go on the bridge, I'm like, hey, ghost, throw me. Let's do something.
Are you now Zach Baggins?
No, I'm the dude from BuzzFeed Paranormal because he has way better hair and dresses way better.
Yeah, no, it's true. He does.
Everyone from Ghost Adventures wears those fucking like UFC shirts that have like, the
Oh,
skulls
yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
It's annoying. Ouch, I hurt my hand.
Where are we
But-
going next, Bobby?
Karma.
Oh, we're going to Japan.
What?
Ooh.
Buckle in.
Are we going back to the opening?
Yes.
Oh, no. That's where that Oni-chan was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That bitch.
I wondered why she said brother, but then I realized Oni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oni.
Ooh.
Like it's. That's not the Grudge. That's something else. That's called I have it here. It's called a Yuri. There's a little hyphen over the U.
You really have to be careful going to Japan because you might say something that's either going to be super deadly spirit or possible Japanese hentai.
Or a tentacle comes out of nowhere and just rapes your ass.
Exactly.
Ah! Oh, wrong pronunciation.
I mean, they actually don't use toilet paper there. There's all bidets. So yeah.
Ooh.
Are you going to try and pronounce
No, you can do that.
But it,
Aokigahara?
No, that's fine. What's the other one though? Japan blank Fuji Kawai Guchiko. I didn't say I completely butchered it.
What?
Yeah, where the fucking where the city is, a prefecture, wherever the hell it's called.
It's
It's in
I
Mount
have
Fuji,
to see it. Yeah,
but-
because it's where Mount Fuji is. It is
Yeah.
Fujikawa Okay.
I love how Becky watches anime. I'm
Fujikawa
this.
Gujiku. Okay, I can't say it. I never say it. It's near Mount Fuji.
I get to try.
We're all going to go around the...
I get to try.
I'm white. I'm not trying that.
Fujiko Waguchiko.
Wow, Angie's like hentai just came out.
Okay,
I'm like I said, I'm white. I'm not trying that.
Literally, it really is F Japan. Not like as like saying fuck Japan, but I'm just gonna call it that because I don't know how to pronounce it.
You can say it's by it's in the Mount Fuji area.
It's close to Mount Fuji. It's super fun.
It's right at the bottom.
Right at the bottom of Mount Fuji.
Yeah. Anyway, it's like one of the biggest suicide destinations in the world. Like the Golden Gate Bridge. Probably the Eiffel Tower is probably one of them too. I don't know.
Yeah, they say that they like have to put in like fail-safe measures for people wanting to jump off places like the Empire State Building and the Eiffel Tower. It's really hard to have that in a forest that's the size of like just around a mountain.
Yeah, you can't do that shit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like some estimates claim as many as 100 people there kill themselves a year.
Now, the only thing that I've heard that, and that just might be Japan trying to keep it on the down low, is they say, we can't actually confirm the amount of numbers.
No.
It's an estimate.
That's what it's an estimate. That must be a fun job.
Mm-hmm. Vice did a interesting documentary about it called The Suicide Forest, and they literally follow a guy who does go out into the forest, and they check on people who are camping out there, who are out off of the trail, because they tell you like on the trail you need to stay on it because you can get lost. It's a huge forest.
Speaking of that, a lot of people use like string or rope to get around the forest and stuff. This happened to a lady a couple of years ago. She had a rope, it got cut, and it was a thick rope, so it's not like she could just cut it on a tree.
Right.
So she got lost. She found her way out like 3 days later, but she's like, did a person cut it or did something else cut it?
Right. Yeah. A lot of people say they use that rope because, especially for people who are thinking about committing suicide, because they'll go off the trail to do it, but it's like they're fail-safe in the event they decide that they're not going to do it so they can find their way back.
Yep.
There's an IRL YouTuber who went out there with his crew. He was all
Logan
joking.
Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Oh, yeah. He did a great documentary.
10 steps in there, and they saw a body.
Yeah.
Like, literally 10 steps. He's like, we just entered the forest.
And he's a jackass and was like, oh, we found the body.
I know. He really didn't handle that very well at all.
I think he should be banned from Japan. And he should be stabbed.
I think he got banned from that area in general.
Fucking hope
well,
so.
he also went into the restricted area.
Right.
He didn't go in through the front part.
So going back a little bit, it's weirdly enough, I know a lot about this stupid forest, is that they believed it was way haunted before it ever became the suicide forest.
Yeah.
That nomenclature came in the 60s after a story called A Sea of Trees, I think is what it was actually called. And what it was about was two lovers who committed suicide. So it got romanticized in the 60s for being the place where you commit suicide. However, historically, that was the forest that they would leave a lot of infirmed, old, elderly people and children they didn't want to die out in the forest.
As they should.
Puppy!
The Spartans did, but this is like a nicer way. They can live in the forest. You throw a baby off a cliff, it's not fucking living.
Well, it's a similar kind of thought process.
Mount Fuji is supposedly a really religious and spiritual point, and a lot of people think it's in the Old Testament where Noah's Ark actually landed.
Oh.
They believe
really?
that this could be the place and not Mount Ararat, where most people place the Ark, but it's actually Fuji.
Which is possible.
Fuji's also where dragons have been sighted.
So you're saying the Mount Fuji in Peachtree City, the sushi restaurant, Noah's Ark landed there?
You know what? Let's go see.
God bless. I'm a jackass. I'm sorry.
But it is it's funny to hear the stories about the suicide forest, because if you go out there, they have signs that list, like, say, don't go in, don't go off the path, and throughout they even have it in different languages. There's somebody who loves you.
Yeah.
Don't do this. Don't. Your life is meaningful. Like stuff like that. I mean, to the point where you have to have signs like that, it's crazy.
My thing is, if you're not going to go, if you're not going in there to kill yourself, why the fuck are you going in there?
Well, there have been reports of people who go in, like, say, we walk in, we're like, we're going to camp, or just take a quick hike.
No,
and suddenly, no matter how healthy you are mentally, suddenly you start thinking, maybe I should just end it.
Right.
No,
like,
fuck
there's these, beliefs that the forest itself causes you to feel those things.
And a lot of it can also be attributed to the fact that when you walk into the forest, it could be the brightest day, but the way the forest has grown because of the minerals that came from Mount Fuji and the volcanic nature of it, the way the trees grew is they grew
and the mountain water.
like as a canopy. So you can enter at 12 o'clock on the brightest day, and it's like 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night, like dusk being in the forest.
Jesus.
Out of interest for it. Maybe like a macabre interest would want to go see it.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, I totally want to.
That's
but
the
it
one
is
thing
a
I won't
tourist
do.
thing.
I'm with you there, buddy. We can agree on this.
But on top of it, though, there are people who go hike regularly. It is a regular trail for people to walk and go visit.
Hard pass.
I did tell Angie, though, this is so like morbid and stuff, that if I ever did decide to commit suicide, I would go there. One-way ticket there.
Well,
Just
Angie, keep an eye on her credit card.
Just, if you're going to go, don't take any rope with you, because if you're going to go commit suicide, you don't want to have that safety net to come back. Because if you're already thinking that you need a safety net,
you don't need to go.
Then you don't need to
Right.
go.
Also, drug overdose, best way to go.
I actually wrote a short story about the forest and similar ideas that the character in my story had lost everything and was going to go kill herself, and then the forest was fucking with her, but it turned out it was a ghost of a murdered girl that was trying to save her. So I did a lot of research on it, but at the same time, there's so really good. Sea of Trees is a really good book. It's a really sad book, and then they have an updated version of the story that's short stories, and it's similar. What goes through these people's minds when they decide that they're going to kill themselves? Too much, you lose your job at work, or you what?
You lose your job at work.
Well, just
no.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You get fired.
You lose your job. You lose your girlfriend. You lose,
you
know,
get dishonored at work specifically.
You lose,
But
a death of a family
or
member.
Or you're dishonored by your family in general, because that's still an It's still an issue. It's a little present day issue. Angie, it's not funny.
You're right. It's not funny. It's hilarious.
You lose your job at work in January.
In January.
But, in present day Japan,
we're going to get so many dislikes on this
episode. I know.
Only because of Becky flubbing the dub.
In January.
I'm editing it. I'll make it sound perfect.
No.
But just the idea that you have to have this honorable job and all of that people still are like, I got to go kill myself because I can't deal with it.
I've dishonored my family and I can't.
I can't support them. They've left me.
So I dishonor my family all the time. Fuck that.
So continuing on our journey of freaky places.
Where's our next stop?
Oh, the Tower of London.
What?
London, UK.
Ooh,
there's
spooky
shit here. And it's one of the the Tower of London is one of the city's top tourist attractions. It's been around for almost 1,000 years.
Yeah.
It's been around for a hot minute. And with that long of a lifespan of torture and executions, it's gained quite the reputation for being haunted.
No, is that in Jinru speaking?
Jinru speaking.
Jesus Christ, whatever.
No, Jesus was
in
not there.
Jinru speaking.
Speaking.
Not speaking. Speakling.
Moreland, I was copying Becky.
Now, you guys talk about not wanting to go to the suicide forest. Would you go to the Tower of London?
Yeah, that's
I would
fine.
get all of it.
Oh,
No.
yeah, you would be up for it.
I don't do Suicide Forest because I watched the movie The Forest, and that movie was freaky, except for not
The movie
that.
was good, though, wasn't it?
The sex scenes in the movie were fantastic.
Bobby,
Best part. Of that movie
And
by
she
far.
was in
So-
Tank Girls, so she's one of my favorites.
And Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Well, oh.
Yeah, she played Marjorie. It's great.
Speaking of English Game of Thrones, these places, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Gotta get back on track.
Yes.
Out of all the spirits, the most famous one is of Queen Anne Boleyn.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Walking
it'd be-
around headless.
Yep.
I thought it would be Mary, Queen of Scots.
I don't think Mary...
She is there.
She's there.
She's one of them.
But I think it's because Anne Boleyn was imprisoned there for so
Yeah.
long during the time in which she was waiting to be destroyed.
And I think Boleyn's seen more.
Because they see a headless ghost.
Yeah.
A lot of people see a headless ghost.
Yeah, she's seen the narrator at the side of her death, the gallows, and then the chapel steps. Why? I don't know why the chapel steps. She just said that's what she looked at.
I think she's seeking redemption, is what they've said. Is that she's looking to find peace because she was wronged by Henry VIII.
Yeah, he's kind of a douche.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's really fucked up. The guards of the tower, because the ones with the puffy black hats. That's what the British. The British police even have that on too. It's great.
Like the Royal Guard, is that what?
Sure.
Or Majesty, or Queen's Guard. It's Queen's Guard.
Kingsguard. That's Game of Thrones. Sorry.
Blarga.
Anyway, the guards of the tower have reported a terrible crushing sensation upon entering the place where King Henry's armor was exhibited, and he sounds like an asshole. I mean, you're gonna kill your first wife, or your side piece, whatever she was. I don't know the history of her.
Angie, you can correct because you probably know as much. He created the Church of England so he could divorce his first wife.
Correct.
Who was it Catherine?
I don't remember her name.
I think it was Gwyneth Paltrow in the movie, at least.
Gwyneth Paltrow. We'll say her name was Gwyneth Paltrow. divorced her so he could divorce her, married Anne Boleyn, started getting into the side piece with Jane, I forget her last name, accused Anne Boleyn of having incestual relationships with her brother in order to execute her, and because she wasn't able to bear an heir to him. Yep. And then side piece number 2 ended up dying, and then he ended up with one other person, and that was about, I mean, he was an asshole.
What a man whore. But yeah, I'd totally visit this place. This place sounds dope. Also, because fish and chips.
So fish and french fries.
No, chips.
French fries.
No, they're chips. They're literally chips.
They're french fries.
No, they're not. They're chips.
They're french fries.
Did you also know about King Richard's children that were also in prison?
Yeah, the prince and stuff.
The princes in the tower. We saw that. You remember watching?
Yes. The White Queen.
The White Queen. Yeah. That they found they went missing, and then they ended up finding their bones in the Tower of London, imprisoned in this one room that had been like hidden behind a wall.
Why the fuck did they do that? Did they ever say why?
Yeah.
It was a king and his brother, and the brother was jealous and wanted to, of course, be king. So he set up the king to die, and then took the kingdom from his widow, and of course, since they had two sons and a girl,
2 sons, yeah.
He imprisoned all of them, so nobody could contest his rule, and they were just never found again.
Okay, so back to Henry VIII for a second. Yes, his first wife was Catherine.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Catherine, and then Anne Boleyn, Jane Seymour.
I was thinking Jane Seymour,
Seymour!
I was like, that's the actress. Don't say that.
That can't be right.
Then Anne of Cleves, then Catherine Howard, then Catherine Parr.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Jane Seymour was his like one true love out of all of them, and she ended up dying. That entire reign of family was kind of screwy as it was, because you got married Queen of Scots out of it, and then you also had Queen Elizabeth I. So it's not surprising to hear Tower of London listed as one of the most haunted places, because just even though it has famous ghosts, the fact that it was just a torture hell, that's terrifying.
Yep, spoopiness and over the pond. That's the thing I need to find out.
Anyway.
Do ghosts have teeth? But yeah, that's it for the Tower of London.
Okay.
Tower of London.
Next.
Now we get the... Okay, I'm going to butcher this too because it's also Asian speak. Tuyen Mun Road in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Ooh,
Oh, wait.
I've never heard of this one.
I actually saw this on a YouTube video like a year ago, and I was like, oh, and I forgot what it was called. So I was like, Haunted Asian Roads. Fuck, there's a movie called Ghost Road. It's Asian. I was like, Haunted Asian Highways. Okay, it's this one. Gotcha. But yeah, this highway is Hong Kong's busiest. It's a 12-mile stretch that circles the city. It was opened in 1977. And for the past 41 years, there have been an extremely high number of car accidents, like a fucking massive amount. Like, it's ridiculous. And many locals believe that spirits caused this. And tourists have experienced this as well. It's not just the locals. Because apparently the area that the highway sits on was haunted before any of this shit even happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But, yeah, the ghosts are suddenly seen standing in the middle of the highway. Just out of nowhere.
Also, cars swerved.
Yep, swerve caused an accident.
Oh,
the biggest accident was, like, in 03, 21-car pileup.
Jesus.
Really?
21-car
And did they say what attributed to it, or did they say that
Spoopy.
that they saw a ghost and that they swerved to get off of it? Oh, gosh.
Is this the same highway that the plane was flying over and the engines just quit and it crashed right onto the highway?
I didn't read anything about
sorry.
that.
Oh, God.
That did actually happen.
Oh,
and
I know.
I remember, well, I don't remember it being that, but it was over a haunted road.
And some believe these ghosts have an evil intent. They just want to, they scare drivers in order to add to their numbers.
Oh, that's even worse. You're just doing it for shits and giggles.
I'm surprised.
At this point, yeah.
But
They're trying to find their ghost loves. That's all it is.
Oh, well.
They're just trying to find their actual soul
True ghost
mates.
stories.
and other drivers claim to lose control of their cars and seeing glowing eyes in the bushes that line the highway.
Oh, shit. I would wreck.
Yeah.
If I saw that. So the ghosts just take you on like,
Yeah, something like that.
oh, Jesus.
I'm surprised I-75 isn't haunted. Honestly,
Right.
how
Yeah.
fucking awful it is. When do you drive I-75?
And 285, too.
Saying.
Watermelon Highway.
The Watermelon 500.
Yeah.
It's fucking phenomenal.
There's a similar road in the United States where they attribute it that there's a
lot of those.
Yeah, it's like it's a bridge that connects like two parts of a city. I don't even remember what it's called, but they said it's ghosts doing the same thing, trying to run people off the road.
So now what do? I just walk the bridge, I guess, or are the ghosts gonna fuck with me too?
Don't make eye contact with any. If you see somebody, just run them over. They shouldn't be standing there.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough.
I just don't think. Yeah, I don't know what I would do if I was just driving down the road and suddenly a figure appeared in my in front of me. I don't know if I would
I'd
just
be
be
fine. I'm smoking a cigarette, drinking a cup of coffee. Fuck you, dude.
Like,
you should be standing in the
out of
road.
nowhere. Well, yeah, you disappeared out of nowhere.
You're probably
that's why.
Obviously, I'm going to go through
I was
you.
about to say that's why Bobby has a right. He's smoking a cigarette and drinking a cup of coffee at the same time.
Yeah.
No hands on the wheel.
I drive with my knees. Thank you.
Actually, he would probably be the most fine because he wouldn't have the reactionary time. So if he just drove through it, he'd be like, "Oh, it's just a ghost."
No, my thing is, it's a vagrant. No one's gonna miss him. Let's press down on the gas faster.
Wow.
And then throw him in the Okigahara forest.
Aokigahara.
No, I was just throw him over the goddamn bridge, but that works too.
Note to self: don't go anywhere with Bobby, and then let Bobby leave. If you happen to run out in the middle of the road, he's gonna run you over.
Well, you probably already a ghost at that point.
Depends.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I haven't been in an accident in 7 years. And that's when I first got my license, so I'm actually a pretty good driver.
So Bobby's gonna have an accident on the way home.
Or I don't get
Oh,
caught.
dude,
That's
knock
my
on
big
wood.
thing.
Get into my vehicle. We're going to jump back across the pond to
Oh.
Ireland.
How did you know what I was gonna say?
I don't know.
You're like psychic.
It's the vaginas. They're psychically
Yeah,
linked.
because I was like, where's somewhere you would want to visit, Angie?
Blarney Castle.
Ooh.
Are you guys familiar with Blarney Castle?
Do they have haggis there?
Yes,
God bless.
probably. That is Scottish, but they probably have it in Ireland.
It's just being
So
obnoxious.
there's the Blarney Castle has the Blarney Stone, which if you go kiss it, you get luck. However, the castle itself is very haunted and cursed.
Where's the stone located? Is the stone located in the castle? Or...
It's like the stone, like right at the end of it.
Then why the fuck do you go to the castle? Just kiss the
'cause
goddamn stone and leave.
It's one of the most ancient castles. And it was owned by a priest at one point. And anybody who takes a stone or anything from the castle grounds is super cursed. It's kind of like the rock in Australia where the Aboriginals are.
Yeah.
And people constantly are mailing things back to Australian government saying, "I'm so sorry. Here's your rock back."
It's kind of like Pirates of the Curse of the Black Pearl, where they take
Yeah,
the cursed
you just have
treasure.
to take it back.
You just have to take it back because you'll be cursed otherwise. Which it's funny talking about curses.
Good to know.
Yep.
Don't take any souvenirs that you don't buy out of a souvenir shop.
Because our next episode is going to be all about cursed objects.
So I'm gonna go kiss this. So if I get the Blarney Stone tongue,
Oh yeah,
do
yeah.
I get more luck?
Super good luck. And I almost
Go
said
buy
I was gonna
You
say
get
herpes, but I said hermaphrodite, and you get hermaphrodite.
Yes.
Or herpes.
I can literally go fuck myself.
You grow a vagina for
Yes.
sure. I grow a penis
and buy lottery tickets.
I'm
and buy
scared
a lottery
now.
ticket. Why do you kiss? Oh, Blarney Stone, because it's good luck.
Yeah.
Which is really weird that the stone has all the luck, and then the castle's like.
But the creepy part, the worst part though, is the Blarney Stone is located in such a manner that it's kind of hanging off the side of the castle, so you have to crawl to it. Like you have to crawl on the floor
Don't touch
of it.
the castle.
Yeah, it's on this edge of the castle, so you have to put your head down and kiss it without looking down, where you can fall over off a cliff and possibly die.
So just lie down
I'd do
and
it.
do it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
generally
I would do
it for
too.
good
They
luck.
have people who get you up there to do it. I'd do it in a minute.
I'd do it.
Yeah, like everybody. Has
I'd do it
luck.
and I'd come back
It
with
just
herpes.
sometimes could be bad luck. But
True.
everybody is lucky.
Oh yeah, luck doesn't have to be good. It
No.
could be bad.
Yep.
I just happen to have bad lucky a lot, and then I'll have some good lucky,
Maybe.
Yeah.
and then me lucky.
So Becky, where's the place you want to visit? That's stupid.
Gettysburg.
It's so basic.
No, it's not.
fine. No, it's fine.
I think
It's
the
fine.
reason being, and I've talked to Angie, even just northeast, United States, because everything originated from there, and that was the bloodiest battle in U.S. history was Gettysburg.
Yep.
What's
dead.
creepy about Gettysburg is the fact that it could be dead silent, and you just hear what sounds like battles happening. Like you don't have to be looking for it. You could just sit out there and you get that feeling. I think legend says that what the grass is still stained with the blood of the dead that died there.
Yeah, I've driven through there in a car because you drive through it. It's a drive-through tourist thing, but they ask you to please be quiet and don't speed. There's a certain mile per hour, kind of like driving on base. And as you're driving, you're like, was that just a cannon shot? Oh, and in the distance, you can see these enormous cannons. They're as big as howitzers. They're huge.
Jesus.
And you feel like you can hear them, and then to your right is the hill that they tried to take that caused it to be so bloody. And the grass around there grows red because remember, plants grow based on the nutrient that's in the soil. So the more
So much
iron
blood.
in the
Yeah,
soil,
yep.
it grows red.
Well, didn't they?
That's ridiculous.
Wasn't the bodies just left there they were just left there? That was just where.
There's so much of them. Yeah.
Well, in the Civil War, they would have a truce at night and sometimes for weeks or days where they would take their dead and bury them Because remember, these were brothers and friends fighting each other.
Yeah, you could be it could be your neighbor, just depending on how you felt about the Union or the Confederacy at that time.
Yeah.
It is really sad to think about that, but at the same time, it's such a proverbial part of our history and it to be haunted on the same page. Like, I feel like if we don't, as people who are interested in the hauntings, don't visit there, that's like the place you should go if you're not going somewhere like Savannah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Andersonville Prison in Georgia.
Yeah. Or any of the mental asylums, because that was really a lot of
No,
torture.
they'll take one look at us and be like, we gotta keep them here.
Exactly.
Oh,
no,
God.
No.
Bobby might get away, but the rest of us, we're there.
We're
Whatever.
fucked.
Bobby's the first one. They're going to be attracted to his haunted pompadour.
The haunted
The
door.
Hauntador.
The haunted door.
Oh, it
Moreland?
flipped again. It moved.
Where would you like to
did.
go? We talked about it, but you haven't.
Winchester.
The Winchester Mystery House.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's very intriguing that the old owner used to just
Sarah
keep,
Winchester.
Yeah, just keep building on
she
new
was
rooms,
fucking
new
nuts.
rooms, new rooms, new rooms.
And staircases that went nowhere.
Yeah. That's my thing. Is like staircases that went nowhere. You could walk into a kitchen 1 minute, a nursery the next, and indoor garden, just anything. And it's just like, okay, well this lady was obviously nuts.
And when you
Yes,
say
but-
building never stopped, building literally never stopped. Morning, noon, night.
Yep, it was
24/7.
24/7 building new rooms.
It was just sad, though, because if it is mental illness, it's a sad idea. But at the same time, you have to think on her perspective. Her child had died. Her husband had died. And this medium said, the reason why your family died is because you're cursed by the people who were killed by the gun your family created.
Yep.
Oh, so you know what it was?
She's building the places that they died.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, no, the medium's brother happened to be an architect.
I mean, that's possible.
And she's like, my brother needs some fucking
My
work.
brother can help you build that.
Yeah.
But she would go into a trance and ghostwrite and draw out plans. She wasn't an architect, but she designed every single thing because the ghost would send it to her.
And at one point, it got to be like a 7-story building, and then an earthquake happened.
Yeah.
And now it's like a 4-story building.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but when she was alive when the earthquake happened, and she kept building off of the house. But they ended up, when she died, that's when it stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, who the fuck's going to pay them anymore? Smart
Stephen
man.
King wrote a book based on this, which Bobby will probably know the name of. I can't think of the name of it.
It's not
It was a creepy house.
Not Doom McKee.
I only know this because I watched
Was it Ruby Red?
No, I
No,
can't.
that was
I watched.
that was a doc. That was a miniseries, but yeah.
I watched a found flicks on it and about the movie, and I'm like, that's what got me interested in it. And then I looked up a little bit about it, and I'm like, oh, this is really interesting.
Same on that note, to go, if we ever go out to California where that is, we should also hit the Queen Mary.
Of course.
And go to In-N-Out because priorities.
True.
Yeah. I mean,
In-N-Out, Queen Mary.
Queen Mary.
Because Queen Mary is also purportedly very haunted
I
as
am
well.
not going out on the water, though. There's Cthulhu down there.
It's docked, though. They did some
It doesn't matter.
You wouldn't spend the night at the Queen
there's
Mary?
Crab God.
Oh, I gotcha. Evil God, Crab
Not
God.
doing it.
What about you, Bobby?
Stanley Hotel.
Yeah. You know they're trying really hard to move away from that, though. Like, they don't want to be the house, the hotel that was known for The Shining. They want to be like the Stanley Hotel, but...
Also because you're just
Stanley
super
Hotel.
fucking pretty, so even if I don't see anything, I'm in fucking
Well, and to know
Colorado.
that Stephen King wrote that book because he experienced haunted.
Hauntings.
Thank you. While he was there.
No problem. I
They
can't
did-
talk
He
either.
went there to write a book and got haunted, so he's like, okay, I'll just write it.
Bizarre State stayed there for something, and I can't remember what it was, but they said that it was weird because, back when Stephen King wrote it, there was nothing around it. But now that when you go to the Stanley Hotel, you're, like, right across the street from, like, a Whole Foods.
Nice.
And another parking lot. So it kind of loses its, like, creepiness, but it's sad that they're trying to, like, move away from that because I wouldn't know what the Stanley Hotel was if it wasn't for The Shining.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, Becky.
Hey, Becky.
Hi!
Where can they find us?
You can find us on Facebook at The Free Rotation Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at The Free Rotation. You can also find us on Instagram at The Free Rotation Podcast. I'm watching Angie so hard. And you can find us on YouTube at The Free Rotation. We are also stream on Twitch. You can check us out a couple of days every week, streaming something. I don't know what we stream, whatever.
The movie is apparently just called Winchester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meryl Streep in it, right?
No, it's What is her name?
Helen
Mirren.
Mirren.
Yeah.
Same person.
They're like the same person. You can also find us on our website at TheFreeRotation.com. We are also affiliates of Weeby Geeks, the geeky podcasting network where you can check out other great podcasts.
What about Spotify?
We're also on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere you can find us on podcasts. Thanks, so guys. Like, rate, review, leave us something. Let us know how we're doing. Donate to our Patreon.
If we hit 100 subscribers, I will give everyone in the podcast's phone number out to the fans.
And I will be prompt.
This is
there
why
there will be a new person haunting Angie's house.
Yes.
This is why we will never let Bobby know exactly how many. We will always sit at either 99 or 101.
I'll fucking check, bro.
I'm talking about subs on Twitch.
Yeah. I'll fucking check.
Oh, if we get 100, I'm unsubbing.
I'll sub then.
I'll unsub.
I'll resub.
Oh my god!
If it's 100 or more, I don't care.
Oh, it's 100 or more.
Oh, I thought he said exactly 100.
No.
100 or more, get fucked.
All right. Well, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye everyone.
That was better.
Poppy scared the shit.
We start?
Yep, go ahead, baby.